Hello and welcome to part 2 of Kirby Superstar, Kirby All-Star Funstar Super Pack.
Stop doing that.
Okay, so this is game 2, Dyna Blade. Jack's playing as per usual. That's Jack.
Hello.
And I'm Ben. We are the Timeshitters. So here we are. This is Dyna Blade. What's Dyna Blade, Jack?
Well, Dyna Blade seems to be some very colourful avian creatures, giant bird who seems to be very annoyed for some reason, and it attacked Kirby for no good reason, and Kirby's annoyed, so he's going to get his revenge.
And was this an original? What console was this originally on? Is what I'm trying to say.
No, this is completely like Spring Breeze was the only sort of I don't know, cheapskate. The rest of these games are all completely original levels for this game.
That's really cool.
As far as I know, anyway.
So you've got my favourite weapon, which is the beam weapon, and I like it. I like the aesthetics, and I also like the variety of things it does.
You get the grab move, you get this weird blue cyclone of beads. I'll use the grab move a lot in this, and this sort of jumping spray thing. It's a very versatile weapon, whereas a lot of the other abilities are like one-trick ponies.
Yeah.
But definitely overpowered, but I like it.
I'll be honest. I can remember Spring Breeze, and that's about it. That's probably the only one I really played that much as a kid.
Well, it's a shame because this game does have a lot to offer, and it does make serious use of the abilities in certain. Well, I'll not say puzzle elements, but there's certain areas in the game that you can only access by having the right ability at the right time. We'll say.
Okay.
We'll see a few of those in this recording, I think.
Now, forgive my cynical, jaded eye, but to me, this looks like the exact same game but with different levels.
Well, you'd think so, but the levels are a bit longer, and you get a lot more mini-bosses, and basically, if you try to play through all these levels without any powers, you'd have a lot more of a difficult time than Spring Breeze. Okay. And you'll also see some new powers such as Sleep, which does absolutely nothing but make you immobile for 5 seconds or something. That's
brilliant. Does it not restore your health or anything?
Nope. Just makes you completely vulnerable for a little bit.
And is that a one-use power as well?
Well, Sleep comes in to play in level design in another game, but we'll get to that later. But for now, let's just carry on. And this is something I quite like, because I'm just going to get rid of my beam power here for the sake of doing this. Can you see what's going to happen here? I take the crash ability. Use my screen clearing ability right here. And they've got no chance. Doesn't do anything, but it's fun to look at.
Right, good. I think that sums up a lot of video games.
One feature that wasn't in Spring Breeze that's come up a lot so far is the bomb blocks. Oh
yeah. I recognise them from Green Greens and Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, I mean they serve pretty much the exact same purpose. They open up new paths instead of hurting you. So you'll see some indestructible blocks. Those brown blocks I can't do anything about unless I hit the bomb block. And there I unlock the ladder. Sometimes those bomb blocks require a certain ability to access, like beam or something that will allow you to essentially hit it. So that does come into effect. I think a lot of the puzzle elements come into effect in the 4th game, which is called the Great Cave Offensive, where you're on a treasure hunt basically, and some treasures are basically hidden by puzzle levels.
Does Crash kill bosses in one hit?
Well, I killed that one in one hit. And it doesn't kill main bosses, and besides, like, you can't get Crash, the Crash ability in any level where there is going to be a boss at the end of it, basically.
Right, okay.
Actually, no, I suppose in Spring Breeze you could technically use it, but generally, no. Crash ability can kill anything in one hit, but you only get it in certain levels.
What noise do you think Kirby makes when he regurgitates food into his partner?
That's what the noise he does make. He makes this kissing noise.
I hope the microphone picked that up.
It's like a kissing noise.
You're a kissing noise. So, how long is this game longer? It's a bit longer.
It's longer. Like this is going to be a 2-part recording, I think, because these first 3 levels probably take about 15 minutes, so given that Spring Breeze took in its entirety 10 minutes, half the game takes about the same time, so we're looking at a much bigger game.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, these little guys are interesting, because these guys are Meta Knight's goons, which appear for no reason in this particular level. I mean, I don't even know what the names are, but they haven't got any health bar of their own. They just come and take a lot of hits before they go away. And they can catch you off guard, but I don't know what they're doing in there.
Do you know where Meta Knight gets his name from?
No idea. Where does he get his name from?
He gets his name from a story where Kirby said, "Oh, I met a knight today."
Oh, right.
So back to the game.
Yeah. It's quite good. For example, like that block down there, you can't just get with any old weapon. Like this will do it. Like Mirror will access it, and I can go in here and I can find this secret.
Mirror's not in Spring Breeze, is it?
It is, yeah, but
You didn't get it.
I didn't use it, no, but I thought I'd get plenty of use of it later, so I thought, why just go crazy?
And is that secret area you just unlocked?
Yeah, like, you don't need it at all. It's not like it gives you any level. It's just basically an armory, so you can go there, and on that map screen you saw before.
Yeah.
And it's just basically a room full of ability sort of pads, which are basically pictures of abilities, and you just stand in them and you get them instantly rather than have to swallow them and such.
Oh, okay. So you can just sort of tool up for whatever level.
So if you like a particular, if you like beam weapon, like you've said, if you wanted beam and you didn't want to go to the trouble of finding out what it'll do and eating it and all that nonsense, you go to that armory, find the picture of him and just stand in it, and you'll get his abilities straight off the bat.
That's pretty cool.
Not all the abilities are in there, but a good chunk of them are.
What ones are missing, Jack?
Oh god, I think Yo-Yo's missing. I think
Yo-Yo. I haven't seen Yo-Yo yet.
I've not used him. So
Was that the final cut you just did?
I did, yes. Oh, it was pretty good, wasn't it? It feels good to pull off as well, because you often get sort of hit halfway through. Ooh. Another little thing you should know is that if you give your partner a new ability, he gets his health back in its fullest.
What's he called? Sir Keeble.
Sir Kibble.
Sir Kibble. Is that named after anything?
Well, Kibble...
Don't say Sir Kibble, because I'll punch you if you say that.
Well, no, Kibble is basically like it's dog food, isn't it? It's like a sort of name for like pet feed. It's just like little bits of meat. Yeah, Kibble.
I don't know.
It's like another word for like pet food in some cultures, like America. So, but since he's a cutter, I think the idea is that he makes kibble out of his opponents.
Oh, okay. Fair play.
By shredding them.
And Kirby seems to have turned into Ness, or any character from the 90s, depending on how geeky you are.
I've got this wheel ability, and the obvious choice for a wheel ability using creature is a hat. But you know what? I want this hammer ability because there is a post up ahead which you can only hit down with the hammer, and doing so unlocks basically a bonus area.
Kirby's hammer image in the bottom left is badass.
It's so good, isn't it?
It looks awesome.
It's kind of like American Kirby's Hardcore, but in the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, you get this like cannon minigame at the end of each level in Dyna Blade, and it's basically just you have to try and power up your cannon as much as you can, and the further you go, the more bonuses you get. I think I'll get a life for that. The biggest bonus you can get is 3 lives.
Well, that's alright, isn't it?
So I did alright. Now, when you finish the second level, this E follows you, and it's basically just a mini boss which you have to fight if you touch it, so I'll just take care of it for now. It's this, well, absolutely no chance. Well, I'll just do the hammer away there, which is like a special attack you can only use once when you have the hammer. It gets rid of the hammer, but it throws it so hard it damages anything in its
Oh,
path.
okay, yeah.
So this is that armory I was telling you about. So there's all the abilities up there. I'm riding the wheelie, as you can see, which is something you can do if your partner is a wheel. A lot more of that in future videos. So I've given my partner the Plasma Wisp ability.
You've got the ninja.
I've got the ninja. I'll show it off for a little bit, but I'm not very good with it. But it does this pretty cool thing, which you'll see in a minute. But there's all the abilities you can use there, lovely. And yeah, let's go to level 3. Which is like a cave level.
Oh, clever.
So basically, if you get hit as a ninja, you can like disappear
That's pretty cool.
I think it makes you like invulnerable, like you're not actually on the screen for a little bit.
So what like abilities are popular amongst like speedrunners or like people who just want to absolutely sort of blitz the game?
Well, the thing is, like, Kirby isn't the most nimble of... I mean, you can jump and you can float and all that, but in terms of his actual movement speed, he's quite slow. So if you really want to speedrun something like this, you probably want something like... Ninja's pretty fast, like you can get a good dash with him, but Bird's pretty good because his ability to fly is like proper nimble like a bird rather than like this puffy cloud thing. But obviously Wheelie can blitz through lots of levels, but again he's limited in fighting ability because his attack is to basically rush into opponents. And since a lot of bosses have health bars or take many hits to take down, you're setting yourself up for a fall there, so... but like this game is quite popular among some speedrunners because there's a game you unlock by finishing all the sort of main games called the arena, which is like a boss rush. And at the end it tells you how long it took you to beat all the bosses in the game. So people like to complete to see how fast they can do that.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely, if you look on YouTube, you can find lots of people who, you know, posted footage of them doing their best.
Do you have a personal record, Jack?
Mine's about 8 minutes or so. I can't remember the exact time, but I used to try and go as quick as I could.
Okay.
But 8 minutes is my sort of standard time.
So how many hit times do you have to get hit before you lose your ability? Because it seems to be fairly arbitrary.
It's fairly random. Like every time you do get hit, there's a chance you'll lose your ability. If you get hit particularly hard, I think you'll lose it more often, but there's no hard and fast rule as far as I'm aware.
I swear every time I see those blue things, I think it's someone wearing some sort of face mask. Is that what it is?
No, it's just a stone. That's the stone ability that you'll see many a time in Crush.
Oh, I see. I thought it was just a really small person wearing a face cover.
You've been playing Resident Evil for too long. Anyway, now I've got this beam ability from this particular creature. I can go back up there and I can get that bomb, which I couldn't get before.
Oh, I see.
So I can go down there. I say it's a secret though, it's just an alternative pathway. Now, I'm going to fail to get this life. I should have stayed on the other side of the bomb and gone down with it, but I missed
Isn't
it.
the mint leaf really good in this game? Or am I thinking of a different Kirby game?
That is Kirby's Dream Land, the Game Boy game. The mint leaf basically, not only does it make you sort of semi-invincible, but you're permanently sort of puffed up. So you can, do you know when you exhale and you get that sort of cloud of air that's damaging?
Yeah.
You can do that as many times as you want while you've got the mint leaf condition. But you had like, do you know the hot plate in Brawl, which just makes you breathe fire as you run around?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a Kirby reference there.
I thought it was meant to be a curry.
It's just called a hot plate, like just a hot meal. It could be a curry if you wanted to, but it's just a hot.
It's not as limited as that.
No, I think it's just called the hot plate or something like that. But it could be a curry as far as I'm concerned. It's basically the same idea.
I do like the ice ability as well, actually. I say that. I like the plasma one as well. I don't know, I seem to like all the ones where he's got crowns. I think I'm just incredibly easily pleased.
Plasma, ice and fire all give you cool elemental crowns. I feel like, as far as I can remember, there's only 3 with these cool looking like flame crowns. And you think there'll be a 4th one, just element wise? You just expect there to be, I don't know.
I think an earth crown just looks less impressive. That section there looked very like they were trying to be a Sonic game with lots of speed zippers, and then you just fell over.
Basically, yeah.
Kirby's clearly not designed for this. Well, he clearly is designed for this game. He's explicitly designed for this game.
As you can see, I'm struggling to stay alive at the moment, and I'm facing off against Bugsy, this wrestling mini-boss, and... oh well.
You die.
That was my helper's fault a little bit, but I should have been
It's always
there.
the helper's fault, isn't it, Jack?
It is indeed, but I think this is a good place to stop this particular video, and I'll finish off the rest of Dyna Blade in the next video.
Alright, see you then.